Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the CW. They've ordered 2 new scripted shows for the next year, so 2024. This marks a big change in their strategy with their programming, so if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, so as you guys know, recently the CW has been going on a rampage, cancelling all their shows. They've only got 4 shows left, and with those 4 shows, you know, the future of those shows is very so up in the air after their current seasons end sometime in 2024. So we got the update that they're coming sometime in the spring, and then Superman and Lois being the only show coming out potentially in the summer. There's still the ongoing actors strike, so they can't actually get going, but the writers room should be back together for all those different CW shows, including Superman and Lois, very soon. We talked about that in a separate video, so go check out those videos on my channel. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and break down this Variety article, which is titled "The CW Orders 2 New Scripted Series to 2024. So let's go ahead and break it down. So this is how it begins. The CW has ordered 2 scripted series set to premiere in the fall of 2024, so October time. These 2 shows will be crime-solving dramas, also known as procedurals, and they're titled Wildcards and Sight Unseen. I did mention this in my live stream the other day. I do live streams every Thursday, so if you want to get news early before videos come out, live streams are the best time to tune in. That's every Thursday, as I said. But anyway, so this Wildcard show, why is it of interest, right? Like, I know I'm an Arrowverse channel, I'm a DC channel, so why am I interested in what the CW is doing? Well, it's because Superman and Lois is still on the CW, and these are 2 new shows that are being added, and there is something very significant about it that proves to me there is at least some sort of backtracking from Nexstar, tracking themselves back and realizing, okay, we're losing this huge audience that the CW had, the fans, we want to try and get them back, and that is by shows like this Wildcard show, bringing in Vanessa Morgan from Riverdale, and they've also got an actor from Reign. They are 2 previous CW shows, and obviously Riverdale was huge. Vanessa Morgan has a big fan base, so people are going to tune into the new Vanessa Morgan show, just like how Arrowverse fans will tune into the next Grant Gustin show or the next Melissa Benoist show. It's just a thing because those shows have big fan bases. And so they have ordered a new show, Wildcards, which is a procedural, which follows along the lines of what they said they'll be doing by introducing more procedurals, less genre-related shows, some more like kind of crime shows, if they're going to be producing fiction-related projects. And so this marks the first 2 projects that they have announced that they're going to be developing themselves. And it's interesting that they brought back alumni, people that have worked on past shows before, because clearly they realize, alright, if we make new shows, we should at least try and get some people back that obviously have a big fan base, and maybe some people who are going to come back to the CW, watch those new shows, even if those new shows aren't particularly interesting compared to, you know, the genre shows that people liked in the past. So they're going with a procedural, but they're having the CW elements in there by having those actors. So we'll have to wait and see how the actual show pans out. Like, is it going to feel like a CW show, or is it going to feel very different? But I think that is very significant, especially if we look at Arrowverse. Like, if at one point the CW goes, okay, we'd like to add in a couple of new DC shows, we'd like to make them kind of Arrowverse-like, but let's make the cheapest show we can, but also get notable actors in who have worked on CW shows before, have worked on past DC projects or any like big television projects. Let's bring them in and let's do something cheaper. So what could the cheapest Arrowverse show be? Well, it could be just like this. It could be a crime related show, so it could be a character like The Question. That might be interesting to people. Obviously you have Batman, who is a detective. People like detective stories. They're generally cheaper to shoot than big kind of special effects led shows. So I think this is a good sign for the CW fans, who obviously used to like all the different Arrowverse shows and the different CW shows, because maybe this could be the first sign in what they're actually kind of planning in terms of like backtracking a bit. Like, if they actually do realize, okay, this is probably going to make an impact on our ratings, there's going to be more people than who would have just shown up for a procedural without any one of great interest. So yeah, I definitely think it's to their benefit. And it should be noted, no one who created this wildcard show has actually previously had like a big role at the CW before, so it's kind of like a different regime that is taking over and creating these shows. Let's talk a little bit about the second show that was picked up, that being Sight Unseen, starring a couple of actors. There is an actor from The 100, there's an actor from The Vampire Diaries. So again, the common link between these two new shows is that there's going to be actors from past CW shows, but also they're both going to be procedurals, aka the CW and X-Star is going to be saving a lot of money. And so I believe these shows have both been produced up in Canada, which kind of makes sense, but I don't think they're linked to Warner Brothers or CBS like it's been previously in the past, or Paramount. So it's different production companies, but they're still getting the same kind of actors back. And so the big reason I bring it up is this marks a difference from all of what they've been doing since they've cancelled all those other shows. These are the first two shows to be picked up that they're going to create uniquely for the CW, and they are actually going to be the ones in control. It's not like they've just gone out and acquired these shows like they have to a bunch of other shows that are currently airing on the network and aren't performing very well. Those shows have already aired in different countries, they've been produced by different studios. The CW have just bought the rights to it to air those shows in America on TV, and so these new shows are going to be different because it's more in line with what we've seen in the past traditionally with the CW. These shows will be primetime shows, which will air in the spots where the Arrowverse shows were, and maybe will be alongside Superman Lois when Superman Lois comes out, hopefully in the summer. It would probably clash with those shows, and so we'll just have to wait and see how the ratings do and how the CW feels about them. But as I said, they're not being produced by anyone of note. They have been produced by different partners over in Canada and various other places. And so, yeah, they're going to bring these shows to life in order to try and expand the CW, but also go back to kind of a little bit the core DNA of what the CW was. So what do you guys think of this? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you interested and are you excited by this? I think the shows sound kind of interesting if you like crime shows, and I like it that they're getting these actors back. But more than anything, for me, it's like, okay, they've realized and they've kind of backtracked a bit, so it's kind of a bit like, like we knew this all along, like we knew the DNA of the CW. If you rip it away, you're going to lose your fans. And I think they've realized this, and I don't know how they got a hold of these two shows, but maybe they were being produced and they were being shopped around to different networks, and maybe because of, you know, who was going to be acting in it, they were like, okay, you know, let's just go back, let's get these procedurals on our network, let's have these actors who have been on the CW before to try and attract some sort of audience. So I think it can only mean good things for the future. I am still skeptical about the way that the CW is going, of course, like all of you guys are. I'm very scared about Superman Lois. Will it continue beyond this one season if it doesn't perform insanely like the CW is expecting it to do or hoping it's going to do? Same thing goes for all the other CW shows. So we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep track of all that's happening at the CW, and I'm going to keep updating you guys. Hopefully you've been liking these update videos. As I've said before, there's not too much news going on apart from the strike and various pieces of small information here and there. But as I said earlier, come join me this Thursday for a live stream. I will have a special guest on the stream. We're going to be talking about all of this, all the news that comes out in the next week. So please be sure to stay active on the channel and go check out any recent videos that you might have missed. So for now, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would help this video get out there. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. And also become a member if you want to join in on our members live streams. We're going to be doing one towards the end of the month, so if you want to become a member and support the channel now, click the join button down below and you'll be able to join us for a members live stream where you can talk to myself and we can talk about all the news, any theories we have, and so that's going to be a great stream coming up at the end of this month. So for now, click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.